Today I'm going to show how to change out a receptacle. This one's in my kitchen. I have a lot of receptacles here in my kitchen. When I installed my kitchen, I installed a receptacle on every single stud in my kitchen. So I have about 9 receptacles in here. And I found at certain times of the year you end up using all of them. Now my wife likes to charge her cell phone, and this is for her Fitbit watch, in the kitchen, which takes up a whole receptacle, which I didn't want to do. So I've got some of these USB receptacle that I'm going to go ahead and I'll swap one out, put it there, and then I won't waste a receptacle slot. So the first thing is you want to verify that the power is off. Now you can use a meter and technically you're supposed to check it to see it's on, make sure the meter works, check to see it's off after you turn it off. But I'm just going to use a fan here because most people have something they can plug in. So right now the fan's running. I'm going to go turn off circuit K9. Power went off. K stands for kitchen. It also turned off my under counter lights. So now we know the power's off. Okay, I plugged my under counter lights into a different circuit so it'll film a little better. Next we want to remove the cover plate for the receptacle we're going to be changing. Now on these Decora plates, those are the ones with the square holes, the screws that hold the cover on are very short, so just be aware of that when you pull them off. Okay, now we want to pull off the receptacle itself. I'm trying to do this, keep my hands out of the picture. And you could use a screwdriver or you can use a battery drill, but since it's only one, I'm just going to use a screwdriver. Alright, so we have a ground wire, we have a white wire neutral that's connected to the silver terminal here. We have a black wire connected to the gold terminals here. This is the hot, white's the neutral, bare is ground. So we want to pull these off. Okay, this is a stab type receptacle, so just twist it and it'll pull out. Okay, the new receptacle, I don't know if that's in focus, is not a stab in the back, but it does have a little retaining plate that you got to get the wire behind. This is actually labeled white and hot and ground up here. So we'll loosen these so we can get the wires in there. And white goes to white or the silver terminal. And you got to make sure that you get the wire behind that clip or plate that's in there. Okay. And that one's gold. It helps if you hold it downhill a little. There we go. And so that plate kind of falls away from the receptacle towards the screw. And lastly, the ground. Trying to keep my arm out of the picture. Okay. I like the grounds down. There is nothing in the code saying whether grounds have to be up or down. The next thing you want to do is get everything folded neatly back into the box so you're not pinching anything. And now we'll put these screws back in. Now, if it starts going a little crooked, the receptacle's crooked, it's usually the wires, especially when you have solid wire, pushing it crooked. So if you can twist it and get it as square as you can, these tabs aren't really strong enough to pull it flat if the receptacle's crooked to start with. Okay, and then since the old receptacle and the new receptacle are Decora, you can just stick the old plate back on. And being an anal retentive electrician, I like to make sure all my screws line up. So I put them vertical, like that. Okay, now we just turn it back on. Now I'm just going to verify it works. Plugging in my USB adapter. Okay, it says I'm on charging. No, I'm not charging. No, I'm charging. So that works. So I have 2 USB places to charge. My receptacle's normal. I guess I should plug something into that receptacle. I don't really like these tamper-proof receptacles, but you never know. Okay, the heater comes on. Always check both sides. That's good. Job complete.